What is happening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Certified Beef. It is Brandon here with you today, and for this episode, we got a very special guest who has taken time out of his exceptionally busy schedule to sit down and talk about himself and his business. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Mark Bradley, aka Captain Coffee.
What is going on, you crazy beef people? How we doing?
First off, Mark, I'd like to say on behalf of Certified Beef, thank you for taking your time to spend with us today so we get to know you and Captain Coffee on a more personal level.
Oh, absolutely. It is a pleasure. It's an honor. I'm happy that you guys thought of me to be on this awesome podcast. I love what you guys do. You guys got great energy. Your logo is awesome, by the way. I freaking love that. No, it's just awesome, man. I'm happy to be a part of this. Anytime I can help anyone like you who, I have a podcast myself, just to go on and chat. It's just good content. It's good fun time for cool dudes like us to just connect and have a good chat. So I'm excited. Can't wait.
How do you feel about being the first ever interview on Certified Beef?
Oh, am I really?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm honored, man. That's awesome. No, I'm so pumped about that. That makes me happy, man. Thank you. Thank you.
We kind of need to cover our bases, so we need to get the interview. We got the sports content, obviously. We just need to keep moving around a little bit. Yeah,
man. It's good to constantly challenge yourself. It's good to, that's kind of what I do with my podcast, Coffee Talk with Captain Coffee. I try to be diverse. I don't want to stay in one category and one topic. I talk coffee, I talk motivation, I talk health, I talk movies, music, pretty much anything. We just talk, man. And that's I feel like you guys have that vibe too. And that's why I was so drawn. And when you guys were like, yeah, hey, do you want to get on? I was like, absolutely. We're very similar. And your guys' vibe is just awesome. Awesome vibes.
Appreciate that. Yeah. So as I said, Certified Beef is a sports-centered podcast, so I will be throwing a couple of sports questions at you to start with, and then we'll get into the main topic of your business and everything like that. So you ready to go?
Let's go, baby. I'm a big sports guy. That's been my life. So, big sports guy.
All right. So first up, tell me about yourself outside of your company and what makes you Mark Bradley.
Yeah. So I have two beautiful boys, Brooks and Kylo. They're 6 and 4. I've got an absolute wonderful, beautiful, fantastic wife. Her name's Kayla. They're the center of my world. Everything that I do is for those three. They motivate me to be a better man, better businessman, better friend, better dad and husband, just a better man overall. I'm a massive dweeb, like massive dweeb. Dungeons and Dragons, Star Wars, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. We won't talk about the ending. I go to every midnight premiere for Marvel. Like I'm just a giant dweeb. Oh, everything Star Wars. Star Wars is my favorite. Disney, I'm a massive dweeb and I own it and I flaunt it. I was a personal trainer for the first 15 years of my working life. And just recently, actually, I just moved over to a new job. I'm fully remote now, and it's awesome. I like to do in my spare time when I'm not working out or doing coffee stuff, I actually do like parkour stuff. So I do a lot of flips and crazy stuff like that. So that's been my background for the last, 10 years, kind of aging myself here. But yeah, I'm just a massive nerd. And I love pretty much everything and anything. If you are a Pittsburgh Penguins fan or a Steelers fan, you are dead to me. If you are a Starbucks drinker, you're dead to me. No, I'm just kidding. Starbucks is not bad. I have my opinions on Starbucks. We'll get into that hopefully later.
I bet you do, being a coffee connoisseur yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you have owned kind of your nerdy side, because I know when I was younger, people would make fun of me for it, and now I'm just kind of I don't care. I know all this kind of cool stuff about Disney or whatever it is, and it's it doesn't bother me too much anymore.
No, nerdy stuff, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all that stuff. It's an opportunity for people like us to escape reality. We have real life struggles. We have our day-to-day life. It can get kind of daunting and monotonous. So when you go and you play something like Dungeons and Dragons, or you go watch Star Wars, and you just immerse yourself in that universe, you kind of escape reality for a little bit. And it's a beautiful way to do it. It's not dangerous. It's not harming anybody. It's amazing. So what's really awesome is the last, I would say 10 years, there's been a tone shift. 10 years ago, if you were a nerd, you're a nerd, and it's a bad thing. Nowadays, if you're a nerd, like, oh, what's up, dude? Nerds unite, you know? So like, it's really awesome to see that tone shift. And I'm excited to be raising 2 boys in it because they're massive nerds. Like I said, my one boy is named Kylo from Star Wars, Kylo Ren. So, I'm raising them to be bigger nerds than me because I don't want them to ever be ashamed of who they are and what they love. So.
All right. First sports question for you. What is your favorite team from each of the 4 major sports?
All right. Baseball, Orioles, football, Ravens, basketball, the Wizards. The Suns are up there too. I'm not sure why, but the Suns are up there. I've always loved the Suns.
I understand that.
Don't know why. And hockey is my favorite sport. It would be the Washington Capitals, sadly.
I guess, yeah, because you're from Maryland. That's close enough to DC. That's on the border there.
Yeah, like people are like, you're actually, technically I'm closer to Philly, but I could never root for a Phillies team.
No.
Never do it.
Hate Philly teams.
No. Well, where are you from? Who's your team?
Minnesota, the Wild.
Oh, let's go. Okay, hey, I have no beef with the Wild. We're good, baby. We're good. That's like, so are you a big hockey guy then if you're from Minnesota?
Not really. Like, I still enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'd rather watch baseball or football or probably basketball at points.
So if you're from Minnesota, are you a Vikings fan, I'm guessing?
Yes.
What are our opinions on good old Uncle Kirk Cousins?
I think he's underrated for sure, and he gets criticized a little too much. But also, like, I don't know. I think it's because we're a small market team that he doesn't get all the love he might deserve. And I think, yeah, because it's your own team. It's my team. I'm hypercritical of them. So I want them to succeed. And if like Kirk Cousins does not have a good like touchdown to interception ratio, then I'll call him out on that.
Of course. Yeah, I don't mind them. I actually think the Vikings are, they're a fun team to watch. A good buddy of mine who I'll give them a shout out. If you guys are Disney fans at all, the happiest podcast on earth, we've partnered with them. We sell their coffee, the happiest blend on earth. It's the best, one of my favorites. He is a diehard Vikings fan. So like during the Vikings season, we'll be.
What up, Jarrett?
Yeah, good old Jarrett, J-Dog, J-Man. So that's cool.
All right. Second of 3 sports questions. Who is your favorite player of all time that you have seen in person?
Alex Ovechkin, man. He is just that man. If you guys don't know who Alex Ovechkin is, he is, and I will have this on my grave. He is the best goal scorer that has ever hit hockey ever. Yes, he is better than Wayne Gretzky. When Wayne Gretzky played, they were all stand-up goalies, and 5-hole was open 24/7. What 5 holes is, that's right between the legs. So all Gretzky had to do was keep the puck down, and he scores. The goalies were a joke. You put Gretzky in this day and age, my homeboy is no better than your average homie. I'm saying that. He would have been maybe slightly better. He would have been in like the top 10, but he would not have had even close to the numbers that he has now. So seeing Alex Ovechkin, a massive Russian of a man, drinking Russian alcohol on the bench, at 230 pounds flying up the ice, dude's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
But even better than Connor McDavid at scoring goals?
Oh, all right. Here's my thing with that. It's a really great question. So Connor McDavid is the best hockey player to ever touch the ice, and it is not even close. Like, he is absolutely godly with that puck. But he puts up also assists, so he's not just a goal scorer. I think as a raw goal scorer, I think Ovechkin is the best. But give it another 5 years, I think McDavid will own every category of all time. He is absolutely freaking lethal with the puck. Incredible.
So you think he's going to get the Gretzky treatment where all 32 teams now retire his number?
If he continues down the streak he's on, yes. There's no doubt about it. That homie does things that is I played hockey in high school. So like to see what he's done and what he's doing on the ice. I mean, you have men that are 230 pounds with a 6 feet reach with their stick. And he's just like, no big deal. I'm going to curl and drag around. You go top shelf. No big deal. He is just absolutely unbelievable. He's incredible. He's incredible.
He is amazing to watch, and it was fun seeing them get to the conference finals, but then he ran into the powerhouse Avs, and it doesn't matter at that point.
Because McKinnon is close, too. McKinnon's pretty silky himself. No, that's a tough question. So I got to go Ovechkin. And then I think football, honestly, watching Ray Lewis, that homeboy, seeing him, I used to have season tickets with my friends, and we would go to the home games, and he was just that homie. Seeing him run up the field and smacking into people, like he's a bull of a man. He's not tall. He's like a bowling ball, and he moves like he's a linebacker, a DB, and he is just up the middle, and boom, you're on the ground. So I got to go Ray Lewis or Alex Ovechkin for sure.
Yeah, you had Ed Reed, who's a hard-hitting defensive player, and then you had Ray Lewis. I would like to see Ray Lewis's intro in person. When he does like the shuffle.
Bro, it was chill-worthy. The entire stadium would just erupt. Just awesome. Awesome.
Because we kind of have that vibe here in Minnesota with Justin Jefferson, but I don't think anything quite yet has been on the level of the regular Ray Lewis
that
intro.
Ray Lewis dance, man, is just lethal. Lethal.
Gets everybody pumped.
Does, man.
All right. The last sports question for today. You already mentioned it yourself, but you got into parkour, American Ninja Warrior type activities I've seen on your Instagram stories and stuff like that. What drew you to that?
Let's see. So, like I said, I was a personal trainer for pretty much all my adult working career until just a couple months ago. And I'm trying to think of when it was. Do you guys remember? Have you ever heard of the show Arrow with Stephen Amell on CW?
I believe so, yes.
So there was a scene where he was doing the salmon ladder. Do you know what the salmon ladder is?
Yep.
Yeah. So for all you listeners who don't know what a salmon ladder is, it's pretty much like a free hanging pull-up bar where when you pull up, the bar is not connected. It's a free bar and you have to move up rings. And I saw that and I'm like, I need to do it. So I looked up where there was a gym that could do it. I went to this gym, and ever since then, I've gotten into parkour, American Ninja Warrior. I actually trained with the man that won the first ever American Ninja Warrior at this gym.
Wow.
He said I could have easily made it to Vegas, but keep this long and short, just it wasn't in the cards due to personal things with the next wife. So it just didn't work, but all good. It was cool. I still do it now. I'm getting a little older. I'm 30, or almost 30. I'll be 30 in 2 months from tomorrow. Oh, it's awesome. But it's fun, man. I've done it. I like a challenge. When I go to the gym, it gets kind of monotonous and it gets kind of boring. So when you do like American Ninja Warrior flips and stuff, it's not just physically challenging, it's mentally challenging because you're tired, your legs are heavy. Can I do this backflip correctly? Can I do this vault correctly? So there's a lot of extra pressure. So it just drove me to do it, seeing Stephen Amell do it. And since then I have been hooked.
So it sounds like you need to get on the show then sometime. Got an audition for it.
I have the time now. I have the support system with my wife. I'm not gonna lie, the bug has been biting me recently. There was a gym that I used to go to religiously, and they actually just shut down a couple months ago. So they actually were gracious enough to give me some of their pads. So that's where you've seen my Instagram story. I do a lot of my flips and stuff in my backyard, but like I'm missing that upper body component where it's like the swinging and the vault, the air vaults. Like it's just that stuff just was amazing. But we'll see. I got a beautiful company I'm working with now. So, Captain Coffee is kind of making me satisfied. I don't really need much more, but we'll see.
So you ready to get into discussing Captain Coffee?
Let's go, baby. Full send. I'm ready. Absolutely.
All right. Starting off kind of easy, but it's gotta be. When did you start Captain Coffee?
So we officially launched in May 1st, 2021. That was when we officially made it open for the public to buy coffee. The idea was sparked in November of 2020. I just met my now wife in March of 2020. So we started talking, and we were both at the point of life where we were like, we want to settle down, we want to find our person. So we knew from the very get-go that it was a very serious thing. So once November hit, we were living together, and it was like, all right, I love training, I love it, but I want my own thing. What could I do? And it was really heavy on me, and I was like, I like coffee, I like nerdy stuff, so let's combine the two. And what I actually wanted to do first is start a coffee truck. Have you heard of those?
Yes, I had to do a assignment in college trying to market coffee to people, and I chose a coffee truck. Didn't work out too well, but that's what I chose.
It's you know, and I'll get into, if we have time, I'll kind of get into why I have such a tough love hate for like Dunkin', Starbucks, 7-Elevens, all those things. But that was the problem with the coffee truck at first, because first off, it's very expensive. You got to buy a car, you got to do gas, you've got to get all the utilities. You got to, Maryland, when it comes to the laws of starting a coffee truck, is almost not even worth it. The hoops you have to jump through, it's insulting. It's like, how can anyone start a company in Maryland? But so then my dad was like, how about we, you're here, let's pull you down a little bit. Let's start a little smaller. And we did online. We figured online. And since then, man, it's all been nerdy based. And my Ohana, that's what I call you guys, they have been unbelievable. I adore my coffee Ohana. Like, I tell my wife constantly how much I love interacting, getting you guys on my podcast. And it's amazing. I love it so much.
Awesome. All right. So I guess you kind of also touched on this, but why did you name it Captain Coffee?
So, like I said, it's a nerdy based coffee company. And Captain America has always been my favorite superhero character of all time. Growing up, I was I was bullied relentlessly. And to know that there's a guy like Captain America who stands up for the kids that are the people in life that are getting bullied, like, that's his thing. He's noble. He's strong. He's brave, and he stands up for what's right. Like, that is what I've always loved about him. And to see him stand up for the little guy, even though he was the little guy, and now the little guy gains the power to no longer be, he never subsides to that power. He always stays true to Steve Rogers. And that is why he's always been my favorite. So I was like, man, I want to name this Captain Coffee. I want it for a couple of reasons. Like, Captain America is my man, but I also want to be the captain of your coffee. Like, I want you guys to see me as your leader for coffee. And so I named it Captain Coffee. It was actually fun. It was almost Captain Coffee in the form, because I also love Jack Sparrow. I think he's my second favorite character of all time. Actually, you can see it right here. Here's the Sparrow's blend right behind me.
I do see that.
I almost made it Pirates of the Caribbean theme too, but then I was thinking logistically, and I was like, that would be a little harder to brand, because then every single coffee theme has to be named after a pirate, and I don't care about pirates that much. So, yeah.
You didn't back yourself into a corner. That's good.
No, I did not. Thank God, because the possibilities with Captain Coffee is endless. We are having so much fun with the names. It's been awesome.
We'll touch on those in a little bit, but.
Yeah.
So during my time taking business classes in high school, networking was pounded into my head as a very important concept. How crucial has networking been for your business to grow and succeed?
It's been everything. At first it was hard, because what you have to do is you have to get people to trust your product before they even try it. I have no business background at all. Like I said, my business background is, being a personal trainer, fully commissioned. You have to generate leads by yourself. You have to sell yourself. So it was kind of similar, but with coffee. But this time I got to be in control of every aspect of it. I got to be in control of the pricing, the labeling, the coffee I pick and choose to put out there. My wife and I have tried so many coffees. I'm like, this is the one. This is what we want to sell, because this is what people will like. So networking has been the biggest part. That is why, I told my wife a couple months ago, I was like, I need to find more ways to pour into my Ohana so I can make them feel more special. That's why I made the podcast, because I want to get my Ohana on there. Everyone. I opened the doors to everyone. So I have a brand new person coming on tonight. We're filming an episode tonight. Awesome. And she's never done one. So that's the whole point. So I'm getting you on too, sir. You better.
Oh, are you? I appreciate that.
Heck yeah. I want everyone, even if you haven't really bought coffee from us and you just follow us, like, if you have a voice, if you have something to say, if you have something on your heart, if you enjoy something, let's get on to talk. Like, that's my whole thing. So networking has been the bread and butter. And that's why, I pour in so much to my people on Instagram and Facebook, and I try to make the experience as magical as possible.
All right, so I have kind of blocked off these next couple of questions. I guess it's probably a vast majority of them, into how your company, Captain Coffee, interacts and markets to the public. Yeah. I am very interested in this because I'm going to college to earn a marketing degree.
Awesome.
From Iowa, so go Hawks, Terps suck.
Hey, listen, that's okay. I'm not a huge college sports guy, so you can crap all over the Terps. I don't care.
All right, awesome.
My dad worked for Towson for a couple of years, so I'm more loyal to Towson. So, so That's a great question. Like I said, I actually have zero marketing background, like zilch. My wife, on the other hand, she has a little bit more. She works for a company that she is their wellness director, or she works with the wellness director, and she's also their marketing person. So she doesn't really have much. She had a little bit of marketing classes in college, but nothing crazy. So they're just like, hey, we need something to do it. Can you do it? So she kind of gave me some direction at first, but since probably about a year ago, all the marketing has been me. So what I try to do is make my posts look fun. That's pretty much it. Because that's what we are. Is like, you can go online, and I challenge all you to do this. Go online and just look up coffee online, and you'll see so many coffee shops. Most of them are taken very serious. It's like your dudes that want to have the cool shots and the real serious tones. And like, no, that's not me. Like, I'm literally putting child characters on coffee. So I want it to be childlike and fun and vibrant and eye-catching. So that's my marketing plan. What was your other part? Just my marketing plan. What was the other one?
Oh, I got lots of questions about marketing and stuff like that on here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, ask away,
then.
man. Like, it's, I just don't have that background, and it's been a very much learn as I go. I actually had a friend a couple months ago. This was last Christmas. He looked at my stuff, and I'll kind of clean up what he said. He said, your stuff is crap. You need to do better. And I was like, oh, all right. And since then, I've really tried to focus on making better content. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I get lazy, but I do my best.
Well, we all get lazy at points, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. So as I mentioned in the shout out I gave you guys from the previous episode, you choose your names based on Marvel, Disney, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and the Never Forgotten Foundation.
Sir.
What are some of your favorite names, and what is the process like to name a new flavor?
Awesome. That's an awesome question. So what my wife and I do is every couple months, we're going to have to slow down here in a little bit, but we have 2 more coffees we're looking to release probably this year. Maybe now 1 more coffee this year and then 1 early next year. But the way it works is, we go and we talk to our wholesaler and we kind of say, hey, can we try this coffee? You have anything like this? This is what the people have been wanting. And we try it. And then as we're trying it, we sit down and we start to think, okay, what would a good matchup with the flavors and what we have available? We have a whole list of things that we still want to use. And we go down the process. So for instance, we just came out with one called Sparrow's Blend or Sparrow's Treasure. And we saw that our company that we work with had a coconut rum. And I'm like, babe, that's a layup for Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just a layup. So that's kind of what we do is we look and see. So we have I'll give all you listeners a fun little look into the future for our next one. I won't tell you our next one. I'll tell you the next one after that, because this next one is going to be huge.
Way in the future.
Yeah. So it's probably looking early next year. We're going to be coming out with a Pokemon flavor, and it's going to be banana nut bread. Everyone kind of like banana. It is the most electric coffee. You get that?
Yep.
Yes.
That's where I figured you were going.
Coffee I've ever had, because the banana is so subtle, but it's so beautiful with the coffee. So what we'll do is when it's time to launch the voting, we send out a link on our Facebook and Instagram, and we say, here we go. Here's our coffee, banana nut bread. Here are the flavors. Here's our theme. It's Pokemon. Send in as many names as you want. We want you guys, the Ohana, to pick our names. Because like I said, we want you to feel special. So anytime you go to our website and you see Sparrow's Treasure, hey, I picked that name. Like, that's me. I did that. And that's what we want. We don't want to pick the name. We want you guys, because we did it first, Captain's Choice, Happiest Blend on Earth, and 4Blend, the first couple we started with, we picked, and it felt just kind of like meh. So we wanted you guys to pick it. And it's my favorite thing. That's why my wife has to slow me down. She's like, you cannot release a coffee every other month. But like, I want to, because I have so much fun interacting.
Come on, give the people what they want.
I know, give me what I want. Like, come on. No, but it's literally my favorite process. So like I said, we sit down, we drink it, we think about the name, then we release it to the public for you guys to pick the name for us. And it's awesome. And if we like your name enough, we make it our name of our coffee, and we send you a free bag of it. Pretty much. To say thank you for the amazing name.
I did not get to submit mine last time, so in a couple months I'll need to be on the lookout to start brainstorming.
You better be. It's awesome.
All right, so going along with that last question, how do you determine what the packaging and logo for each flavor is going to look like? And I do really like the new updated logo.
Thank you. Let me tell you, the label process probably took 3 years off my life. It was absolutely dreadful. Labels are very expensive. They're very, very expensive. So what we did last time, we couldn't do it again. So we had to go search online for different label companies to work with and get quotes. And once we finally got the quotes, I have a buddy of mine who actually designed the Captain Coffee guy. Because I didn't do that. I'm not that talented. But the labels you see is pretty much everything that me and my wife, and he's helped a little bit too, but it's pretty much been what we've come up with. And a lot of playing around, we kind of stay in the realm because I know these films so much. I kind of know the theming. Like I probably won't do something in I don't really know, Dragon Ball Z. I don't know Dragon Ball Z. So I'll never probably make one Dragon Ball Z. And if I do, I'll probably go to somebody else to make the label because I don't know. But like Star Wars, Leia, those were easy. If you haven't seen my labels, please go look. But it was a very draining process because each one, we have parameters through our company that we work with that they have to have the roast date, the expiration, all that stuff. So I was trying to find ways to fit it on a 3x5 label. It was brutal, but they're out and I'm loving it. And it's been, it was a process, man. It was a process, but creative. I had to get creative.
That's what I enjoy doing, is just kind of drawing up a logo or something like that. I like doing that a lot. So now, does the coffee cup mascot have a name?
Yeah, it's Captain Coffee, baby. That's the Captain Coffee.
But he doesn't have a surname or anything like that. It's just Captain
We're actually thinking of that. We're trying to think of fun names, but that's Captain Coffee. Right. I am your captain, but that is Captain Coffee. That guy you see, he's the captain. But
Steve Rogers is Captain America. So what's his normal?
I see what you're saying.
What's his normal name?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I got to think of that.
I don't want you to rush into a name or anything like that, but maybe keep that on the back burner for a little bit.
I'm going to keep that on the back burner. I'm going to keep it. I want to do a play on words of Steve Rogers, but Roger Steve. There we go. His name is Roger Steve. Take that, Marvel.
All right. Since we just looked at the process for naming a flavor, what's it like creating a flavor, and approximately how much time does that take?
So as of now, I'm not roasting any of these. As of now, keyword as of now, I'm actually in the process of roasting. Yes. I'm actually in the process of roasting as we speak. It's actually literally right in my kitchen right there. I'm about to hit play as soon as we're done. Not play, hit start as soon as we are done, and I'm going to roast a batch. I'm working on it. So pretty much when we get to the point where we want new coffee, I contact the company we work with and I say, hey, can we try these flavors? And they send it, we try it. We've tried a lot. There are some we've liked, some we really haven't liked, and some we've absolutely loved. But, there comes a time where you have to be strategic on when you release them. And, we have a fall flavor coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, just buckle up.
Gonna be a good one.
Oh, buckle up.
My expectations are high now.
Oh, the theme and the coffee, y'all ain't ready. You're not ready. I'm just going to say it. You're not ready because I'm not ready. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
All right, then what is your favorite flavor you have created so far? And it can include these next two.
Oh my God. I can't believe you asked me that. Oh God. That's like picking my favorite child. All right. So there are some that I have to be in the mood for. Sparrow's Treasure I enjoy, but I have to be in the mood for it. Darth Roast, I have to be in the mood for it. Oh man, but I think if someone said right now, you had to go drink one coffee that you have, I'm going to pick between the Friendly Neighborhood blend, which is our coconut almond joy flavor, the Happiest Blend on Earth, which is our chocolate pecan, or our Snickering Weasley, which is our Snickering Doodle. Snickerdoodle, not Snickering, Snickerdoodle. But out of those three, the Snickerdoodle is the one that every time I make it, I take my first sip and I just audibly go, damn, that's good coffee. And I can't help it. And they're all so good and different, but there's something about the Snickering Weasley that is just absolutely lethal. If you have not tried it, please go do. It's amazing. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, like it's very helpful on your website when you put like what the notes are and stuff like that. So that's why I was drawn to the Snickering Weasley for my first order. And
Did
I
you try
like
it
it.
yet?
I have.
Yeah.
I'm not like a straight coffee guy quite yet, so I still need to add like the milk or the cream or
Yeah,
whatever.
and that's fine. That's fine. And that's fine. And I have, and if anyone ever buys our coffee and you have questions, I will say do not combine flavored creamer with a flavored coffee. Because if you're going to use like a vanilla, that's too much of like a chocolate mocha. I wouldn't take like a chocolate mocha creamer and put it with our happiest blend on earth, because that's just too many different flavors being put in together. And it's going to taste weird. So like go get like a standard vanilla flavored cream or an almond milk that's plain, just to make it a little bit more creamy, and you'll be golden. That's what my wife does.
I'm trying to get into that point where I can just be like straight, can taste every note that you're putting in there. Just
it takes time. It takes time. Don't rush it. It takes time. You know, for me, and this is what my wife and I talk about all the time. We want to provide you guys an experience, and I don't care what your experience is. It could be tons of cream, a little bit of cream, black, espresso, whatever it is. We want you to have an amazing experience. So don't stress I need to drink it black. No, my wife still has an amazing experience. All of my Ohana, they have a great experience. A lot of them drink it with cream. So if it's how you enjoy your coffee, homie.
Speaking of Ohana, I really like how you use that in your branding and marketing, that word Ohana. Why did you guys choose that instead of a different word for family or friend?
Great question. So a couple reasons. Number one, this is why I have such a problem with Starbucks and Dunkin'. So this is actually a great way to kind of generate this conversation. I think Starbucks makes great specialty drinks, but I think what they lack is that interaction with the day-to-day customer. And you all can't see, I'm doing quotations because I hate the word customer. It makes you feel like you're a number. You're someone that just buys my coffee. There's no relationship. That's my problem with these coffee places. People just go and get their coffee and leave. Now, sometimes they build a relationship with the baristas, and that's great. Starbucks does do a pretty good job of building a relationship with baristas. I will say they do a fairly decent job with that. But like when you go online and you look at all these other coffee shops, you don't visually see the owner, the person messaging you. You don't see that. So I wanted the people that buy the coffee from me to not feel like a customer, to not feel like a number or someone that just buys my coffee and moves on. I want them to feel like a part of the company, a part of a family, and family is a good word, but I also am a massive Lilo and Stitch fan. He is my favorite character from Disney, and the way that they use Ohana, again, sticking with all nerdy stuff, I'm like, it's a no-brainer. We're going to call our people that buy coffee Ohana, because they're not customers. They're not people that just buy my coffee. They are part of my company because they have invested into me. So they're my Ohana. That's why I chose Ohana.
So then you're also getting into it, but how do you think that impacts the customer experience?
I think it's everything, man. I think again, we're getting back to that networking. I think once you start to make them feel special, and I'm not doing it because I want you guys to buy my coffee. I want to give you an experience. I'm so passionate about coffee. I'm so passionate about the experience. There's something to be said about buying the coffee, interacting with the person you bought the coffee from, and not just interacting with someone answering emails, actually the person making the decisions of the company. That's why like all these online coffee shops, trust me, I did all my research on all these coffee shops. It is very rare if you actually have the owner messaging you nowadays. It's mainly like their assistant, their secretary.
Yeah.
It's no longer the owner, and I'm the owner of Captain Coffee, and I'm going to message you. And sometimes I get behind, but I will message you because I want you to feel special. I want you to feel a part of this. And that is my passion. That is my drive, is to give you guys an amazing coffee experience.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. I do feel a connection when I ordered. I still have my note that you guys sent me, and I keep it right here on my desk. I like to look at it every so often. So, also, is it true that my coffee got delivered during a tornado? Like you guys sent it during a tornado?
Yep, it is true. Funny, great story. I am a recruiter and I work from home. So I work for a third-party logistics company, and I hire people for like Walmart, US Cellular. It's fun. Love it because work from home. It's a great job. But I was on a different project. I didn't care for my boss at the time. She was a micromanager, couldn't leave the house. So I'm like, I look at my wife. She was working from home the day. I'm like, baby, I need you to please deliver this coffee before 5 p.m. I need you to, please. She goes, absolutely, no big deal. She hops in the car. She drives out. We had no idea a tornado was on the way. We had absolutely no idea. So she leaves. Skies are looking just like it's about to rain. Not a big deal. Within 5 minutes after she leaves, she calls me sobbing. She's like, babe, there's a tornado. It is hailing. And I'm like, well, let me come get you. I walk outside. I am not kidding you. The hail was massive. I couldn't see my car. It was raining so hard. It was, I look in my backyard, like it is so dark and gloomy. My wife had to pull over. It was quite the experience. She was very terrified. Very terrified.
I hope my experience was worth all that pain and suffering, I guess.
It was. I promise you it was. She's fine. No, she's fine. She's good. She's a big girl. She's good now. She's good. It was very funny. Very funny time.
All right. So good customer service is a way to make a more personal connection with the customers, as we've said, which entices first-time customers into trying your product or help establish repeat business. As the owner of Captain Coffee, how would you rate your customer service from 1 to 10? And why is that justified?
I would say it's probably like an 8. I needed to get up higher. For a while there, I just did personal training. I didn't have a lot of clients. This is why I found this new job. So I had a lot of free time. During that time, I would say it was like a 10. I mean, I was literally diving headfirst into every single time someone buy a coffee, I'd send them a message. That's something I'm slightly struggling on now because I'm a little bit more busy. But that's something I'm trying to get back to slowly, is going back through our records of people that have bought coffee and someone I haven't messaged to see how their coffee experience has been. That's just my thing. I'm not emailing you guys or texting you guys to get you to buy again. I'm just genuinely curious to see how you like it. So that's something, I would say a 10, because I really am still diving back into messaging my people. I'm really trying to generate a experience. I'm not trying to just post daily to post. I'm trying to make them deliberate good posts. I really try to be interactive on like my stories, trying to find ways to get you and everyone else to interact and have fun. That's kind of more of my focus right now. So like I'm actually going to do one as soon as we're done. I'm going to do like an anonymous question. So you guys can just send in any fun questions that you guys have. Like I love those.
All right.
Yeah. So I really try my best to be as customer service savvy as possible. That's my goal.
Now I can attest to the stories because like I'm on your Instagram pretty often, like seeing what Captain Coffee posts and all that stuff. Remember when you did the music stuff, like the hot takes?
Yeesh.
My question for you was, if America could only listen to one song for the rest of the time, why would it be September by Earth, Wind and Fire? And you had no idea who I was talking about because the text box were not large enough to fit.
First off, something that you didn't see is the amount of messages I got saying, what the hell's wrong with you, dude? How do you not know what that song is? And I'm like, I do know. I didn't, you abbreviated their name to make it fit. And I just didn't put the pieces together. So, and then I got confused and I'm like, what is he talking about? So I went and looked it up online and I'm like, of course I know this freaking song. I'm an idiot. So I felt the people were ripping into me. They were lighting me up. So you were justified. Yours was not a hot take. My take was the hot take.
Who?
Who? Yeah, that was not my final moment. That was not my final moment.
That's all right. So kind of pounding into the special connection with the consumers and everything like that, but why is it more important for a company like yourself when there are like industry giants, i.e. Starbucks, Dunkin' in your field?
They deliver quantity, not quality. And I refuse to deliver quantity, not quality. I need to give quality across the board. Quality coffee, quality labels. And I'm not saying, and I love you, baby, but my wife made our first original labels and very new. We needed to just get our coffee out. They weren't great. They were kind of standard. They were standard labels. And I just didn't think that it was quality, but we needed to get it out. And then that's why I was so hell-bent on getting new labels out that were quality labels. So a buddy that I worked with, he was a graphic designer. He helped me with the label, like the Captain Coffee guy. And since then, it morphed into what the labels are now. So I do think it's a shame that these coffee companies, and even online, like there was this really big company that I followed called Expedition Roasters. They were, it was really funny. I had this idea of flavored coffee with themes. And then a couple months later, I ran into them and they're only Disney themed coffees, which is very funny. And I've tried a couple of theirs, very, very good coffee, but they're very computer automated. The same emails, you're not getting personal messages, anything like that, So that is why I really try to give quality and not quantity. I really want to make it different from every other coffee company out there, that me, the owner, is diving into you, the consumer. And that is something that a lot of these coffee companies are not doing. And they're making it very boring, very standard, very like, ooh, I am a man that started a coffee business. I have a big long beard and I'm very cool. Like, I don't want that. Like, it's intimidating. Those coffee shops are intimidating. I want nothing about my company and myself to be intimidating.
Well, as the consumers and stuff, like, we do really appreciate it, because like it doesn't, I mean, it may seem like minuscule to other people that don't buy your coffee, but like just getting the note, just like talking to you, getting suggestions on like what I should get and stuff like that, it's really appreciated to give me and other people the best experience. So thank you for that.
It's the minimum that I should do. I mean, you guys are buying my product. So what I need to do is I need to pour into you as much as possible. And that is something that I love doing. It's not a hassle. I love it. I want to get to a point where this is my main job, where I don't have to be a recruiter anymore. So I can actually take every single day to invest my time and energy into replying to emails, replying to messages, coming up with better ways to interact, and, even calling, making events happen more. We used to do Zoom events where we would all get together. We're going to probably try to do one here kind of shortly, where we would all just get together and hang out for a little bit and just, as an ohana, just chit chat, have fun. Like, no strings attached. Just you hop on, you got something to talk about. Let's all talk as a collective group. So, yeah,
I would be excited to see those come back then, since I've never been a part of one.
No, they're gonna come back. I had it's funny. I've been with this job now for 4 months, and I've been moved 3 times inside of the company. And every time you move, you have to relearn the new system that they have. So it's been a pain in the ass. But I'm finally getting a grasp on this new one, so I have more free time. So it's gonna happen for sure. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Last question of the customer service experience type of thing, marketing. If like, there are obviously people out there that are non-coffee drinkers, or they're drinking coffee for the first time. How do you try and convince them to give your products a try, or at least pay your website a visit?
Absolutely. Great question. So, living proof, me here, living proof. I drank Folgers coffee, Maxwell coffee, before the coffee company. And I had to doll it up with cinnamon and cardamom, and then because the coffee was terrible, it was miserable coffee because it was made for quantity, not quality. And something that I really try to get people to do is just try it. And that's something we're going to do here shortly, is we are going to come out with sample packs, hopefully in the next couple months. So you guys aren't taking a huge financial risk, like, oh, I'm going to spend $15 and get a huge bag of coffee I don't even know if I like. So we might kind of do that, where we might give you guys the choice of samples. But we're still looking into that. But, I think something that I really try to preach to people is coffee is a beautiful substance. It's a beautiful drink. Between the aroma, the process, the taste, there's so many different flavors. It's impossible for your palate to not like one coffee. Like, it's impossible. I am roasting a cup right now. There is zero bitterness, zilch. No bitterness. It's a light coffee, so there's no bitterness. It's high in caffeine. The lighter the roast, the more caffeine, just so y'all know.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So it's just really, it's. I know that there's a palate thing to it, and a lot of people have sensitive palates towards this, and that. Everyone's like, I hate coconut, so I don't want coconut, or I don't like flavored coffee. I don't like dark coffee. That's why we're trying to send out an assortment of all flavors. And I do think if people would give it a try, good quality coffee, I think they would love coffee. I really, really do.
Yeah, coffee is one of those very divisive things. It's like you either like it or you don't. There's no really middle ground. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think everyone should at least try something at least once. at least a cup of coffee.
That's not covered in syrups and creamers. And, when you go to Starbucks and everyone's like, yeah, I got a venti macchiato with double cream and double syrup on top. Like, sure. I mean, if that's your experience and you like it, awesome, but you're not enjoying the coffee. It's covered in other stuff. Like coffee itself, I get so passionate about it, is such an amazing bean. Like me being able to roast it myself and see it change and develop and see the flavor, see the color change. It's just a beautiful thing. And I do think if more people could challenge themselves and try quality coffee that's not Folgers, it's not Maxwell, it's not Dunkin' Donuts, it's not 7-Eleven, something that you get to make yourself at home, I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world with your experience. All the difference in the world.
All right, you got time for a couple more questions?
Heck yeah, I got as much time as you need, baby. Let's go.
All right. Got 3 left here for you.
Cool.
So in the next couple of years, or even in this next year, what aspects of Captain Coffee are you looking to improve on or expand upon?
Okay, great question. Improve on, I'll start there because I think that's the most important thing. I want to improve on the kind of like I mentioned earlier, the customer relationship side. And I really want to dive more into you all, the consumers, a little bit more, a little heavier. And then I actually want to, this is more of like a 10-year, 5-year plan.
Go for it.
I want to get Captain Coffee down in Florida. That's my goal. I want to get it down in Florida. I have a couple buddies that live down there that I talk to constantly. Florida, somewhere big, just get it down there and find someone that wants to put a shop down there. I have 2 boys, like I said, and a beautiful wife. We want to travel. I'm not that American man that's like, I live so I can work. I'm going to work the bare minimum so I can live my life. That's how I am. So I want to do a coffee shop, but at the same time, I don't want to be tied down to it. So I kind of want to get to a point where someone else wants to do it for me. I know it's selfish, but I know that there's people that want to do that. I want to, but I also don't want to. And I just love Florida. There's something about Florida that just warms my heart. I'm a heat guy.
Florida is awesome, but like you gotta stay to the touristy areas, not to the ragtag areas, the sticks, all that stuff.
Yeah. So I think 5-year plan is more like kind of get Captain Coffee moving. Get Captain Coffee, not just in Maryland. I mean, a place. I want to find a place somewhere. Maybe the food, maybe the coffee truck. I don't know. Gas prices are still kind of high. We'll see. The coffee truck, we were actually down in Dollywood, not Dollywood. Where did that come from? What is it called? It's a place in New Jersey. I always forget the name. North Wildwood in New Jersey. We went there a couple weekends ago and there was a coffee truck there and it was awesome to see it. It kind of re-sparked that passion in me. So we'll see. We'll see where life takes me. I'm kind of go with the flow kind of guy. I see where life takes me. The universe has a plan. I'm going to follow that. I'm going to follow that plan.
Excuse me. What platforms can people find you and your product on? Full plug here. Just go crazy with it.
Captain Coffee is on Facebook. We don't really use Facebook as much because I just don't think Facebook is as interactive as Instagram is. I have not had good success with Facebook, but we are on Facebook. Just look up Captain Coffee on Facebook. We are mainly on Instagram. That's our big one. Find us. Let me look the name up. I know it's a little different, but I will give it to you in 5 seconds. It is captain.coffee_. That is us. Or you can just search Captain Coffee and we'll pop up. But we also are on TikTok. Same thing, Captain Coffee. I post on TikTok a little bit. I am not a video savvy person, so I only post sparingly and it's nothing like crazy. It's more like funny things about coffee. But and then you can find us on our website, which is where all of our coffee is. Obviously, it's at www.captcoffee. We couldn't get the rights to Captain Coffee yet, working on it. But it's captcoffee.com. Sir.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Last question for you here, and it's kind of a 2-parter.
Yeah.
First one, can we get you back on Certified Beef sometime to talk sports or come in for a game day or something like that?
Heck yes. Without a doubt. Silly question. Always. You send me the invite. I'm here, baby.
All right. And then a second one, if we continue talking, could the Ohana sometime expect a certified beef blend at some point?
Ooh, yes. We will make that. I can't tell you how many people have asked that. Yes. We'll figure that out for sure. I think that's awesome. I think that's an awesome idea, a collaboration, kind of like I did with Happiest Podcast and the N4 blend. Those are 2 people that I work with. My brother's company, his nonprofit company, and then the other Happiest Podcast and Art company. So, I love that idea.
Take
Absolutely.
your time with it. It does not need to be any time in the near future. Just when you got a free.
When we have the time, and because we already, like I said, we already have a lot of them planned and set. But once we have one where we're like, this could be the opportunity to make the connection happen. Oh, we're going full send, baby.
Awesome.
Full send.
I love to hear it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. And then I have a question for you.
Whoa. Okay.
Would you like to get on a coffee talk with Captain Coffee sometime and talk about how your podcast has started? Boom.
You know, I'm there. I'm there.
Boom. I love it. And let's do it. We'll set up a time here the next couple of weeks. Cool.
Awesome. Perfect. So thank you very much, Mr. Mark Bradley from Captain Coffee, for your time with us today.
Pleasure. Awesome stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys are rocking it. It's awesome. Take some time. Just keep making them. Keep having fun.
All of you listening out there, go get yourself some coffee, or at least a nice mug from Captain Coffee. Go visit them. I'm pretty sure someone you know or yourself will like their products. So as for you, Mark, please keep up the amazing work, and I cannot wait to see your mad scientist vibes in the near future to see what you're coming out with.
This fall, I don't have the date yet. Let me take a look. Hold on. As we're here, let me look at what we're thinking. We're thinking at a September 1st launch of this new coffee. So that means probably early August, first week of September, maybe somewhere like that. I don't know. We'll see when we will be running the event where you guys get to pick the name. So just keep your eye out. I will be posting. Don't you worry.
I will come up with at least 5 names because I need to try.
There's no limit. So I would expect no more than 30. So
no. Oh.
Just kidding.
That's a hefty load right there. But thank you again. That will do it for us here over at Certified Beef. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you again real soon.
See you guys. Thank you so much.